Hello. So we'll start with the presentation. There's a slide demo, small demo that we have prepared here. And what we are going to talk about is how RFID can enhance your warehouse operations in terms of faster stock counts, uh, more accurate picking, more of faster receiving and delivery of items. At the same time, also ensuring that the deliveries that are done are accurate and is done in a smoother way. So these are the basic four advantages of track inventory, which is the cost. By minimizing the cost means you reduce the labor, accuracy, manual counting sometimes results in inaccuracies. With RFID, you can do it automatically. Visibility is, since the update is also real time rather than somebody noting it down on paper and then updating in the system, the data is automatically pushed to your ERP systems or your customer management systems, and it is available for everybody to see and take decisions. And the last one, which is the speed. With manual, if you count it, or with barcode, you have to do it one by one. With RFID, you can pass 100 items at the same time and it will read all of them. If you had attended the previous session, which was on the speed of RFID reading, where they read more than 1,000 tags in a minute, which you can never achieve with barcode.
Yes. Just to add what he was mentioning, we just assumed that you are also updated about the RFID. So it's basically an advanced technology of barcode, where both are a part of auto ID technology. And RFID, it comes in the form of a chip or in form of a labels with an inbuilt chip kind of thing, where an ID would be embedded in that. So that ID would look something similar to barcode, but the only thing is that more data can be accommodated on the chip, and a little bit of things like line of sight, which are directly required for the barcode, where for RFID it's not required kind of thing. So basically, these things makes the RFID different from the barcode, and that is the same thing which we can make use for the inventory purposes, where basically right now the challenge in most of the industries are like how to scan the items, how to automatically scan the items which are going out of the warehouses kinds of scenario. So that is where exactly the RFID might play a role, where the items might move as a bulk through the entrance, exit, and automatically you want to link those IDs with this.
The conferences are about to begin.
Sorry.
Please make your way back to the conference room where the conference will commence now.
So basically, that would get linked to your existing system, and you can get the required data, in fact. Sorry about that.
I'll not go too much into the warehouse management systems, but you might be a little bit aware of the main operations that they do is receiving items, transferring items between places, doing stock checks, and then picking and then delivering the items. These are the major category of transactions that they do. So what we have done for this show and tell presentation is we have picked up one of the transactions, which is the outgoing items, where you are doing the picking, and at the same time you want to verify that all the items that are supposed to go have gone. There's nothing extra, there's nothing missing, and everything is in order. So we'll just now switch over to the demo, and I'll just explain you what we are doing here. So here the demo is, we are assuming there is an order that is going out, and there is a pallet that has been prepared, which has one of the tag on it, and the items itself are also tagged with RFID. So we'll assume that these are the different tags that are there, and it's a built-up pallet with a pallet tag and the items that are individually tagged themselves. And if you look at the pallet, it will show you what all the different items that it is expecting inside it. Okay, so what we'll do now is we have We have a reader here, and then we have two antennas, which will simulate it as a. Thank you. We'll simulate it as a dog door. So items are trying to go out. You have your pallet prepared. Somebody has verified everything is okay, and now it is the time for the machine to verify everything is okay or not. So we'll select the item, and then we'll start the auto verification. And as you move out, you see all the items that are being read out. And at a distance, it can be inside a pallet, it can be inside a box. All of them are read around. And once the guy has moved out, you can say end verification. Then it will give you a result of what are the missing items that are inside the pallet, what are the extra items that are there. So depending on what is expected, it will automatically give you a report where you can then take corrective action and then correct the shipment and post it out.
So just to add to that, in fact, what you are seeing here, these are the antennas, which it's one of the type, in fact, and these are the readers. It's called as the RFID reader. So basically, this helps us in capturing the ID automatically, in fact. Okay, so this would be placed at the entrance or the exit of the warehouses along with the antennas. Okay, so the items can move and no manual intervention is basically required to get it scanned as well, in fact.
The other thing is, this can also be integrated with audio-visual alarm systems. So in case the guy is moving out, he doesn't have to look at the screen. What he does is he just simply passes through, and then the red, green, yellow would indicate whether the items are still missing or something is extra or everything is okay and you can go out. The other thing that can be done is you can also have somebody go at the client location and then do the verification before delivery. Let's say only part of the order is supposed to be delivered. So he can scan the part of the items and then he can immediately do a proof of delivery. And it can include a digital signature which can be taken up and then given as a printout. So the assembly there is basically a handheld, which is a smart computer with GPRS Wi-Fi built in, and it can automatically synchronize the information back to the backend servers. At the same time, the guy has all the information necessary to complete the transaction on the field. And with the thermal printer attached, he can give us a receipt whenever it is required. This was a short demo in terms of what you can do. This can also be applied to stock checks, faster stock checks. If you have a big warehouse, you can use your RFID-based handheld or smart shelves to automatically take inventory of whatever is available in the shelf. If something is depleting, you can have your reorder level set, which will automatically send notifications to the person who is in the procurement side. So multiple options are possible depending on how it is implemented, what type of items are there, and what is the industry, and the movement of the goods as well. If you have any questions about the demo or tracking inventory, we can take it now.
I'll also just mention of the Sabre part with the common platform.
Yes, please.
So basically, in addition to this, there are a range of products which are coming from our suite, which would be most of the things would be auto ID based solutions, barcode plus RFID, or a hybrid solution suite. So all these platforms, some of them, in fact, there are some slots which been specifically mentioned for the slots, like half an hour been reserved for showing up certain things like asset tracking system, people tracking system, and all those things. Now the main thing is all this product has been developed in a common platform, which we are calling it as CBOL or Common Business Object Libraries. So what happens? There are certain libraries which are very common to all these applications, and basically you can do a plug and play at the library level. And if there are customers who plan to implement multiple solutions, like the same client who is looking for an inventory solution wants to go for a vehicle tracking solution future, or they want to look for a vehicle tracking solution and want to implement the inventory tracking solution at their warehouse or any other places, basically can better accommodate those solutions rather going with two different vendors for two different solution suites, in fact, basically. So that's another.
Any questions? Any? Yes, please.
Thank you. In your demo there where you were reading all the RFIDs,
Yes.
how do you know that all the RFIDs were red and none of them were not red?
Mister. Okay. That's a very good question. What typically happens is if you have a pallet full of RFID tags, you would have an expected list of what all things are supposed to be in the pallet. Okay. So let's say you're expecting 100 tags to be read. You only need 90. To an extent, the 10 could be missed out or maybe it is missing as well. What would typically help is if the portal is there, you would need to actually move the pallet around at a certain angle, and you would typically get all. It also it depends on the design of the portal itself. But yes, you have a point in terms of if I see something on the screen, am I sure that all the tags are read or not? You cannot be directly sure. But with the design and proper procedures in place of how they carry the pallet itself, you can achieve 100% reads as well.
It again depends upon the business process as well. Like there are certain processes which the industry has to follow in terms of the tag placement, as he was mentioning, the antenna placement. So some of the field study will tell that what sort of operation they have, and based on that we can suggest certain things like how the tags needs to be placed, if it's a carton pallet tagging or things, how the tags needs to be placed, and how the antennas needs to be kept. So it's more like a field situation which demands, and which upon placement of those things which help minimizing those sort of errors which can come up in fact.
Can you pass it?
Are those still very sensitive to the metal or humidity to be checked?
I did not catch the question.
I mean, usually we should have a lot of problem if in the box there are a lot of metal or water, a bottle of water, and that cannot
is correct.
allow. Yeah.
That's a very good question. In fact, RFID has two main enemies. One is water, the other one is metal. So if you have a lot of metal inside and the tags are going to be placed very close to the metal and there will be multiple of them blocking them, then you would have a challenge in terms of reading them. But what needs to be done in that case is, depending on how the items are placed, you would either have to go for a box level tagging, which is the container level tagging, or even at the macro scale, which is the pallet level tagging. So in certain cases like these where the items cannot be separated out and it would interfere with the readings, then in those scenarios you will not be able to directly use them.
There are some antenna design that can allow better results, or
See, it's more of a physics limitation rather than an antenna design problem that you see. The frequencies that are used for the RFID, they are affected with metal and water. So metal will reflect them off. So if you have a metal plate and the tag is behind it, there's no ray that can penetrate and get the read. Same time, water would actually absorb the rays. So the energy is not enough to reach the tag and then transmit it back. So it's a physics limitation rather than any design limitation. But there is one option that is there, is if it's a single block of metal. In that case, there are certain metal mount tags which will provide the separation for it to be read. So this has been successfully implemented in multiple places.
In fact, companies are coming up with such designs, but the ultimate thing is like the range may not be that good as we expect for those tags. We can tell that yes, it works with liquid, it might work with the metal as well, but still we have to see the operating conditions as well.
Anything else? Any other questions?